Okay, oh, it is live now. Okay, good evening, everyone. Can okay, fine. Good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me. Thank you for joining us this evening. We apologize for not being able to have this call the previous time. My name is Oluwamayo Gwede. I am a business transformation analyst and a power platform developer. I have the pleasure of hosting this session today. And probably you don't know what the session is about. This is the Power Platform user group Nigeria where we discuss things that majorly on Power Platform from Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, anything that has to do with Power Platform, we deal with that here. We bring people, experts that basically come on to show us how Power Platform can be used and utilized to automate business processes, build local applications, and basically makes the life of every company that utilizes the Microsoft environment easier. So today we have Gift Verita joining us. Gift is a senior data analyst and a business automation expert. He's going to be running us through how to build, basically how to show us a build and how to use Power Apps. And today we are going to be building we're going to be it's going to take us live through a demo session on how to build an estate password solution using Microsoft's own low code application, low code tool known as Power Apps. So gifts over to you.
Yeah, hello guys. Nice to meet you. It's really a good pleasure for me to tell us about an application built on low code. So basically, what we'll be doing today, I'm going to be showing you a demo of a very interesting application. Okay, that was built leveraging on the power of low code. Just give me a minute to quickly share my screen. Okay. Okay, my work confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so
Okay.
what I'll be discussing with us is about the Contoso Estate passcode generator. So basically, the estate does not exist; it's fictitious. Okay, so the use case here is to see how we can be able to uh, build an application that we can use to make life easy. You know, if you reside in estates, you'll be able to understand um, much more what we're talking about here. So basically, the essence of this application is to help solve the problem associating with wanting to admit uh, visitors into estates. What we see most times in estates that probably do not use this kind of solution is that when you come to visit, you will need to get permission from the residents. Most times, what traditionally happens is that the resident person needs to call the security personnel, informing them that they have a visitor and some kind of calls. Most times that's what they do. And imagine a scenario where you have your visitors waiting and the security people at the estate posts are on calls, because they want to also admit other visitors that other resident people are expecting to see. So a lot of times you find out that the wait time is much and inconveniences issue that people face because they want to visit someone, and this app helps to solve this. What we are trying to bring to the table basically is an application that enables the resident person to just generate a code. So with that code, all you need to do is just to share the code with whoever is coming to visit you. And when that person comes to visit you at the gate, it just presents that passcode or QR code, whatever it may be, and it's being checked, okay, at the gate by security. So at the end of the day, one of the things you see that will be addressed is the fact that the turnaround time in admitting visitors is kind of reduced. Okay, so in regards to the requirements, One of our very own icon in this field, in person of Oyinbrook, actually posted this challenge some time ago, some months back. And some of the criteria involved in this application is to ensure that the passcode that's going to be generated is generated once a day. So, as a resident, you can only generate this passcode once a day. So it expires after that day. Whenever you want to use it, you will need to also generate it. And the idea is that every of the passcode uses some logic, uses number of your house. It also uses random streets within the estate. Okay, and there is no duplication. I'm going to walk us through and we'll be able to understand better. So, just a little of what we'll be doing. I'm going to show you a demo because I believe much more in action. So, we're going to see the application, we'll see the web, see it on the web, we'll also see it on the phone. Okay, we're also going to do a little hands on how to handle some critical parts needed in the application. And we'll end up with the Q&A section. So without wasting much of our time, let me open the application. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it. But you stop sharing
Okay.
now.
Okay, please let me do it again.
So I don't know if you started sharing, but I can't see your screen yet.
Hello, can you see my screen? Like I
Yes, we can see it now. We can see it now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, I think I had a little glitch with the network. Okay, so this is the application, and for this application, we actually have um, different roles level, security role level. Basically, there are three kinds of users that we use this application. First and foremost, we have the normal users, the residents. Okay, so it's important we set this apart for security purpose and also for control in the use of the application. For the residents, there are certain things the residents can do. We also have the security. Basically, the basic function of the security personnel is just to check in visitors into the estate. Basically, then we have the admin. The admin has the right to actually create, add new residents, add user roles, can also do things that the security personnel will do. So for this application, there are different persons. So let me just log in first and foremost as the security personnel. Now, in this application, we've also tried as much as possible to um, do some kind of validation for security purpose. So I'm going to do something and let's see what happens. So I'm going to put in wrong password. Okay, so when you put a wrong password for a certain number of times, you'll be locked out. Okay, so the aim is just to protect the user. So if you notice earlier on when I tried logging in, it told me I have two more attempts. So I'm going to do that again. Okay, so if you can see my screen clearly, it wrote wrong username or password. Okay, So I'll try it the third time. So I'm not supposed to try it more than two times. So if I try it for the third time, I'll be completely locked out. So for the purpose of this demo, I set it to just about 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds, you will now be able to log back in. Okay. So that is to actually sort out the issue of security as regards to um, the application, using the application. So after, okay, so it's open now. So let me just log in with the right thing now. Maiwa, please confirm if you can still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, thank you. So right now, this is the view that the security personnel has. It can actually see notifications and could also uh, check in users, uh, visitors. Okay, so whether you want to use a passcode or want to scan a QR code. So let me log out. So I'm going to use a normal user now. Okay, so you notice the view is now different. So the view is different because this is a resident. So the resident person can check his profile, can also change password. Okay, so let me attempt to do a password. So you have all the security alerts. If you put a wrong password, it notifies you that the current password is wrong. And if you've forgotten it, you need to contact the admin. So let me try put the correct password. So it immediately prompts me to put in the new password. Now, if you notice, there's a placeholder that says minimum of 5 characters. So I'm going to put a minimum of 5 character, then click to change. So when you click to change, you can either confirm to make the change or not. So the moment you click on this mark, it means you've changed your password. Okay, so what we want to do is to enable users to be able to change their password, because the moment you are granted access to this application, there's a default password, and most we expect the visitors to be able to change the default password. Okay, so I cancelled and I can also cancel. The another thing this app does is to give us leverage, give users leverage on the kind of view you want in terms of your team. So you could either use the light mode or the dark mode. Maybe you want to feel a little bit techy. Some techy people just like the dark mode feel. So you can always do that. You also have the notification button, and you also have the contact button. So in the contact button is where users are given information that has to do with how to contact the security personnel and how to chat with an admin. Okay, so let's go into the main business of the day. So the main business of this application is basically to generate a passcode. Okay, so when you come to generate passcode, so like I said earlier, you're only permitted to generate a passcode once, just once in a day. So once you've generated, you can no longer generate. So I'm going to click on generate. So it provides a kind of alphanumeric password and also provide a QR code. Okay, so you can be able to share your QR code with WhatsApp, but I'm going to demonstrate this later on with hopefully with phone, so that we'll see how this works. So let me just copy this. Okay, so I've copied the passcode. So we can either use the passcode or we can scan the QR code. So each of those ways. So if I try to generate passcode, it already tells me that passcode has been generated. So you can't generate again for that day until that day is gone. Okay, so the other user we have, like I said, is the admin. Okay, so I'm going to show us a little bit of what you can do with the admin. So I'll be logging in with the admin. Please, if at any point in time I'm not very visible, please let me know. Am I still very visible? Um,
Yeah,
am
you're.
I audible? Okay, I'm still
Yes,
audible.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So don't mind me. Sometimes I like to use the dark mode, so I can still see my profile. I can still change my password. So, but one added feature you see here is the fact that you have the admin button. So let's see what you can do with admin button. With admin button, you can check in visitors either using a passcode or using a QR code. So for the QR code, we're going to demonstrate it using a phone. I'm going to try to share my phone on the screen, okay, so that we can be able to see how this is done. So we can't use web because that feature is only enabled on phone device. You can see passcode logs, and you can also search by individuals that generated, whether you use their email, you want to use their name, or you want to use the passcode. So you can filter. So this was Ligi. Ligi generated this a while ago. So the filter is quite dynamic. You can also scroll around. So that's one of the features the admin has. The admin also has the ability to see different tenants. That with by tenants here, what we mean is the residents within the estate. You can see, you can also add. I'm going to demonstrate all these to us. Well, let's quickly go to another interesting part, which is the estate visit dashboard. So we created a dashboard to enable um, the management of the estate to be able to track visitings, number of visits that we have. I don't know if this screen is very visible. Let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, so you can be able to see the visits statistics by month, by year. Currently, we just have only 2023. So you can see number of visitors so far, number of visits actually for October is 7. The unique number of houses that have been visited is 4. Um, the visit spans across October 17, October 18, and October 20. We do not have any for today, which is 21st of October. You can also see the distribution of visitors by week. Okay. From here, we'll see that we have a lot of visitors visits on Wednesday with 3. We can also see the unique houses, number of houses that were visited per week. That's per day within the 7 days of the week. Okay, so far for October, no visits Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, but today is 6. So you can also check by months. So because this is important, so it is good for management purpose to be able to understand how visitors comes into the estate, for planning purpose in terms of security and other logistics that the estate management may want to do. So you also have September. So we just have August. So this was built in August based on what we see. So let's try to admit um, one of our visitors. Okay, so using passcode, please permit me see. I want to see if I can expand this. Okay. So the other feature we have, which I haven't shown us, is check-in. So like I said, we have two kinds of uh, check-in method. You can check in using a passcode. You can check in using the QR code. So for the purpose of the web, I'm going to click on using passcode. So if I put in a wrong passcode that a visitor brought in, it's going to tell me it's not there by giving us the inscription saying access denied. But if that code exists, like this one now, it will tell you access granted. Okay, so this tells us this particular visitor wants to visit this resident, okay, number 45 Broadway Avenue, Contoso Estate. Then all we need to do, so let me quickly go back and show us something. I don't know if we took notes of this. So let's go to October so that we can see how these connect together. So we have just 7 visits, okay? So by the time I add a new visit, what we expect to see is 8. Okay, so let me say Mayowa. So Mayowa is the visitor that wants to visit Liju. Okay, so check in visitor. So once this is done, so you see Mayowa has been checked in and details logged in successfully. So we already have Mayowa checked in. So at this point, it's assumed that the security personnel at the gate has actually permitted Mayowa to go into the estate to see the one of the residents that actually gave him that passcode. So let's go check our estate visit dashboard. Okay, just let me just refresh this. Okay, so you see a real time is 8. Okay, so now if we check Saturday, let me zoom again. So if we check, we now have 1 visit, and by the time we scroll by days of the week, we have 1 visit and just 1 house. Okay, so we can always add that. So it's real time. So it connects directly to the database. The database report immediately is being spooled. Okay, so that's one of the power of technology. Okay, for us. So for demo purpose, let me quickly show us before going to the mobile app. So another feature is the tenant. Okay, so I'm going to add a new tenant. I'm going to add my own email, then probably someone on the call, probably Mayowa, so that we could test and actually see if this is really working. Hope Gift is not trying to play a fast one on us. So I'm going to add, so all this yellow sign is just to let us know that it's compulsory. It is empty. That's why we have the yellow field. Okay, so I'm going to use my email address. So the username is email address. So let me show you something. So you notice because I haven't filled all these blanks that are required filled, my button is grayed out. So I can't add a tenant. Okay, so it's very important. Most times when you build an application, you set some level of security. So the major essence of this is to ensure that we have accurate data entry process. Okay, because at the end of the day, we are trying to generate data. So our data from the point of entry needs to be carefully thought of. Okay, so that we don't have missing data that missing data items that are very, very important for analysis in the future. Okay. So let me just fill all this randomly. So if you notice, uh, let me take this out. So if you notice in the username field, you are asked to enter the tenant's email address. But what I did was that I only wrote to G Warrieta. So this is not an email, but let's see if the application will recognize that. Okay, phone number, house number. Let me just put 100, 112. House streets. So there are already streets in the estate. Okay, so let me just say Park Avenue. Now, because I've filled in every field, I can now click on the add tenant. But let's see what happens. I couldn't proceed because of invalid username. So enter a correct email. So I'll need to ensure this is an email. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so instantly we have the tenant added. Okay, so this is the tenant. Okay, so this is the tenant. Give this just what I added, and the tenant status is active. So one good thing with this application is that immediately you add a user or a tenant, the tenant automatically gets an email letting him or her know that he or she cannot access the application. The password needed to access the application is instantly provided. So I'm going to share. I'm going to share my screen now so that you can see the email. Please confirm if you can see my email now. Can you see my email?
Yes, you can see your email. Welcome to
Okay,
console.
okay. Okay, so welcome to Contoso Estate. Okay, so this is the email that was sent. Kindly note this. Okay, this is just a disclaimer. Okay, and the password instantly. So that's why we've also provided opportunity for the user to also be able to change the password because this is the default password. Okay, so let's confirm if truly this person has actually been onboarded. Okay, so I'm going to log out. Okay, so you can see this was the user. So because this is just a test user, other things like adding it to the AD has not been done. So we don't have the profile of picture of that particular user. So every other thing can be done. So I'm going to generate a passcode for this user. Okay, so this is the passcode for the user. So right now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and see how we can use mobile to scan. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Can you see my screen?
Not yet, but I think it's probably coming up. Okay, yeah, we can see it now. Yeah, we
You
can
can see
see your
my
screen.
entire screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can.
Okay, so I'm going to log in with my phone. So I want to log in as the so I'm logging in right now as an admin, and I'll be able to use the scan so that I can use the scan. Okay. So even this other guy from the phone, you can still do other things. You can still view a report. The report is user friendly. Okay, so it's mobile responsive. So you won't have any issue. But while this is going on, let me just so we know what we had there earlier. We had 8. So let's see if we can check in this user. I hope my network won't fail me. Because so when you're using the QR code, what the QR your internet needs to be okay so that you can validate that. Okay, so did you see it? Can you see my phone and the
Yes, we
screen?
saw it. Yeah, we saw that.
Okay,
Alright.
so I can so let me add so Rachel is the one coming to visit. So Rachel Rabo check in. So that's it. So that's how you could use uh, the phone. So other things too. The other things we could do, we could send information. So this information is very key, for dispersing. So if you want to pass out general information to everyone in the residence, so we can easily do this. So as the admin, I'm going to put general. Okay. Okay. Didn't go. So let me try it again. Let me just put hello. Guess I had a little bit of network issue. Okay, so the notification. So if you notice on top of my screen now, so when you send that notification, the application also enables you to also get an alert, a notification bar. So there's a notification bar. So let me see if I can show you. So if you check up now, sorry, I have so many crazy things here. So if you notice up, you can also see that notification. So the good thing about this is even if when you are not logged on your phone, you can easily see notification that you have a message, and by the time you click on it, it goes directly to the application and opens up the application for that user. Now, another feature that was also added to this is if I log out now and let me say I want to come in, let me come in with another person. So the user also gets an email notification. Okay, I forgot to state that. So once there is a notification on a particular day, the latest notification will always pop up on the screen when the user logs on. So this is just to help serve as a reminder that there is a notification. So you see, the moment I logged in, the first thing I will see is going to be this notification that I have a notification, and I could decide to either go to my notification section or close the section. So we also have an email. So let me see. So there's an email. So this was just the email that was sent through the notification. So you get it on mobile, you also get it here. And the last feature I'm also going to show. So I told us that the basic aim of this application is actually to help um, check in, check in check in visitors to an estate easily using passcode. This passcode can also be in form of QR code, which the resident person generates and shares with intending visitor. Okay, so we are able to also use the QR code like I demonstrated with the mobile. Okay, another feature that is also very vital is that you want to be able to share that generated, you want to be able to share the generated passcode via WhatsApp. So permit me to just quickly stop sharing my screen while I take us through that, and that will be all for the demo session. Then we could proceed. Uh, um, okay. Okay, so Lee has already generated a password before. Sorry, I'm trying to connect my phone. Okay. Okay, so let's do. So I don't know if there's any question at this point in time before I proceed.
If you have any questions, you can just drop it in the comments section, and then if you are done, then we can just go through the comments for any
Okay.
questions that.
Okay. So I'm trying to open it from my other phone quickly, just having a little bit of network. So we also have the, okay. So one of the features I think I showed us is the fact that you can be able to um, you can be able to also send a direct message to the admin. I think I showed us that earlier on. Just quickly log in. Gift writer. Oh, okay. Maybe I may end up using my laptop to share the WhatsApp. So I wanted to show us the WhatsApp sharing of WhatsApp. So using my phone would have been the easiest way, but we could still use this gift writer. Did I change my password? I can't remember changing my password. Okay. So that notification we always show. So I'm just going to use, so we have admin and we have, um, sorry, cost, contact. So contact, um, chat admin now. So this would have been better on my phone. So if I use my phone, it will take me directly to that particular place. I'm trying to use um, the web experience. Okay, but it's giving me a little bit of problem. Ligi.
While you do that, may I have a few questions to ask?
Okay, okay.
For those joining, like you've seen all these amazing features, but how long did it take you to build this? Because one of the most important things as a low code developer is that we always have to um, we always have to build apps that will take less time than native
Yeah,
development.
yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen all these
Okay.
features, and I know that implementing these features that you've been showing us actually takes more of the time than actually building some of the things that those features, like someone can just see those pop-ups that come in, those switching from light mode to dark mode, and think it's probably something easy, not knowing that it probably took a lot of time. So like how long did it take you to build this app? Even from the I'm sure people don't know this, but you're actually using Power Automate here from the emails that whenever
Yeah,
you add a new estate member, or when you're sending a notification to all members, you're essentially using
yeah.
Power Automate. The whole entire
Yes.
solution, how long did it take you?
Okay, so this application was built in phases actually. As when I was building this application the first time, I actually did not have enough time. I was battling with transition, career transition. I was battling with a lot of tight schedule. But if I'm to put cumulative the hours spent, I would say the first phase took me uh, maybe less than 5 hours. Yeah, maybe less than 5 hours. But I posted this, I shared it on my LinkedIn page, and I had a lot of reviews, suggestion. I had people making comments like, oh, why not do this? Why not do that? Okay, so the additional feature were fully perfected. Those additional features now took me much more time because I couldn't get documentation on some things. There were some things they said. For example, the ability to share with WhatsApp height. I've never done that on a low code. So I've executed that on normal web application, using programming language. I've executed that on mobile app, okay, using API. So I had to now try to see the possibility of using low code. You're trying to reduce the number of codes you use. So that also took me some time because I had to try, make mistake, over and over. So if we now look at that like the second phase, we could now say it took me the extra thing I did took me more than a week, but when we look at the hours, cumulative of the hours, maybe close to more than a day, kind of. Yeah. But one thing I tell people for Power Apps or for every application, the key thing is actually understanding what you want to solve, ensure that you understand the logic. Beauty is a different ball game. The logic, what is this app going to do? What are the requirements? You sketch it out. The moment you start sketching it out, it becomes easy. I have a board where I put my ideas. The more I look at the sketch, the more it makes sense. So you discover that in the actual building, you will just spend less time, okay, in building. Then you may spend days, you may spend weeks, trying to craft the idea how you're going to go about it. So if we're to look at that too, I spent quite a lot of time, but most of it was
Yeah.
on crafting how to be. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just break it down to anyone joining us. So you said this app is divided into phases actually. First phase and second phase. So the first phase essentially where it builds probably just builds the solution to able to generate code and users can log in without those extra features that you're probably saying. It took him about 5 hours. And then adding those extra features that's in phase two essentially took more time because yeah, he had to do some things, had to learn documentations, even for the share on WhatsApp, which I actually haven't used before actually. So that took over a week to implement these features. So yeah, compared to native app development, this actually took less time. So do you believe that an estate will actually utilize this product for their own yes, to essentially use this product in their estate?
Okay, yes. So currently, I'm already in talking terms with some estate people that are interested in the application. We're already talking, and it's one of the reasons why there are certain things I may not be able to discuss fully, in the course of our conversation today, because we're already trying to see how we can put this to market in Nigeria, in Abuja, and one or two estates in Lagos. Research currently is going on. We're still trying to finalize something. Hopefully, maybe uh, by next year, hopefully, all things go smoothly. We should be able to see this application actually hit the market and being
Yeah,
used. Yeah.
yeah, I like that, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I mean, looking forward to just looking at an estate member having a power apps and they are downloading it and they're essentially doing all these features that I just showed us today. So I don't know if anyone has a comment that we can actually go over. Let me just check. So technical difficulties. So someone mentioned technical details of the app. So I know that the technical details are a whole lot actually, but yeah, they are actually a whole lot. Can you just give us one or two because they are a whole lot from the start of the screen to the pop-ups, everything. I know there are a whole lot. So just give us one or two because our
Yeah.
time is almost up and we'll just call it a day.
Okay. Okay. So they're quite much like you said. So
Yeah.
the first thing from beginning. So one of the things implemented is the logic, some rules and regulation about the security from start. You need to be able to identify uh, who is actually trying to access the application. Who is he? Is that person registered? If it's not registered, what action do you take? If that person is registered, you need to be able to identify which user role does he have. Okay, is he a normal user? Is this person a security personnel? Is this particular person an admin? What level? So after establishing that, so most of the things that have been done, especially from the start, is variable. So a lot of variables, condition. At some point, you need to store cache, which is later removed. While you are doing the process. So that logic is very important at the beginning. And again, it also implements the password because it's key. The password that is entered, is it correct? Even if that user is identified, you need to also match it with the password. Um, if this person logs in wrongly, do you want to log the person out? So for me, I implemented the person being logged out, okay, for some time. So you can actually log the person for days, for a year until the person contacts the admin. Another thing that is also done, there are a lot of back end things if you take note of the passcode generated, is basically built on the API. Okay, so these are random words. So if you check what's on my screen now, you see MN happens to be a street code within the estate. 45 is the number of that resident that actually generated the code. Rescues is just a random word. So no random word is generated, more than once. So you need to set logic from your back end to ensure that whatever is going to come is not existing. And if by for mistake reason or for glitch, you need to, before the user even see it, you need to authenticate that and do another trial at the background. Okay, so those are some technical things that was done. And lastly, ability to use the API for WhatsApp to share code. Okay, so that share code, you can actually read it out on the WhatsApp API document. It's quite simple. Okay, the same way you implement it on normal native application is how you also implement it here. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you actually did. So I think this is my own personal question. So actually, I
Okay,
actually believe this the database is SharePoint essentially.
unfortunately, no.
Oh wow.
Dataverse.
Okay, that's very nice. Yeah.
So Dataverse. So why I chose Dataverse for security purpose, so you can do a lot of security things, logic, business rules around Dataverse more than SharePoint.
Right. That's very nice. Dataverse is actually is because possibly the one of the best database solutions in terms of local development. Actually, we'd love to
Yeah.
see Power Apps in the hands of more people. So please, massive support the idea of estate and adopting this. Yeah, that's very true. Look forward to more estates utilizing this solution. I don't know if you have any other questions from anyone else.
Okay,
I
so
believe that.
before then, I don't know if I can just quickly show you how we share passcode. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
the only
believe we
feature
still
I
have more
didn't
time.
show.
You can, you can,
Okay,
you can proceed.
so if you can still see my screen, so I'm using my phone now to do that. Okay, so all you need to do, so based on the APIs, so you need to put in country code and number. So I'm going to put country code Nigeria. So I can send it to anyone. So if we have anyone on the call that's not in Nigeria, we can test it because I've not tested it yet.
All right.
But let me send to myself. 828297884. So my name is Gift. Okay, so I'm going to send. So this immediately opens up uh, my. Can you see? So this is what it shows. Let me send it. So I don't know if you can see my screen. So you say, "Hi, Gift. Kindly present the passcode." That passcode you saw at the
Yeah.
security post to gain access.
Okay, that's very nice. And this is
So I
from
don't know if
your.
there's someone that has a phone so that I can just try and let's see whether within Nigeria or outside Nigeria. Let's see. I don't need to have your phone number. So that's the beautiful thing of this. I don't need to have the person's phone number. So I don't know if there's any volunteer I could share
You
this
don't
with.
need to have the person's phone number.
Yes, so that I can just send.
Okay. Okay, let's use mine. Let's see if I could get
Okay,
it.
234
So, 817
817
931
931
62
62
54.
54.
Yes.
Okay, Maiwa.
Wow, so I got it. I can't share my screen actually, but it says
Yeah.
I'm my passcode MNN45RESCUS at the security post to gain access to the console estate. Looking forward to your exit. Yeah, that's very, very
Yeah, so irrespective of the country of the world, so it goes instantly. So that's the beauty of technology. So I don't need to even have your number. So randomly, so whether you're a vendor, or so I just put in your number and you get the message automatically. So that's just the extra. So this extra feature was after LinkedIn. So that's why I encourage people when you build, try as much as possible to also build in public. Um, for me, basically, building public, what it does to me is to show me my weakness and enables me to grow. So if you're a developer here, that's my little
yeah.
advice.
Yeah, so
And thank you for all the
unfortunately,
people that commented. Yeah.
our time is fast spent.
Oh
But
wow,
thank you
so
for this
fast.
amazing solution.
Thanks a
Built
lot.
entirely on the Microsoft Low Code platform using Power Apps, Power Automate, Microsoft Dataverse. So yes, so thank you, Gift, for taking your time out to share this amazing solution. And we actually look forward to more people creating solutions that utilize the Microsoft Power Platform. And like Gift said, make sure to build in public. Always showcase what you built, so people can comment, drop ideas. Maybe you can even get some ideas. Like Gift got his ideas for some of his more added functionalities. We hope you have an amazing weekend. Please don't spam me because I dropped my WhatsApp number. All right, now. So thank you everyone
Okay,
for
thank you.
joining this call. In case you came late, this call is recorded and you can still come back and watch everything that happened. So thank you everyone. Have a great time and have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.